welcome back. Today I am making a layout from my September hip kit, and this was in response to a challenge on Facebook that several of us were participating in, and it was on making school themed layouts since we had just started back to school. So one of the things that I had posted in my challenge was to take pictures that you wouldn't normally think maybe would be back to school, or you're not typical school pictures. And when you get older, the kids are a little bit harder to, take a picture with their backpack standing outside of the house, and they want to kind of go on and kind of be cool and things like that. So I decided that I thought it would be fun to take a picture of their schedule and scrapbook it. So I already have posted the video that I did of my son's schedule. And for my daughter, when we went back to school, the very first thing that she did when she got the schedule was get on Instagram, take a picture of it, get on Instagram and tag her friends so that no one else could see it, and ask who was in the same class. And the only thing that I could think about while I'm watching her do that is, I had to call and hope that the other person had call waiting, and hope that they would also click over and get off the phone with whoever they were on. And it's just funny to see how things have changed, but they've stayed the same in the same realm. So anyway, back to the layout. What I am doing is when I was looking with these pictures, I decided to do a diagonal based layout, and I have done one that has the same feel to it. It just felt right, and sometimes you just go with what feels right. So I opened up the Amy Tan embellishments just to see what I wanted to use for some clusters beside the photo. And what I'm doing is separating them by color. My first initial thought was just to use the blues, the greens, and the yellow. And when I saw the pencil, I knew that the pencil would have to go on this page because how perfect, of an embellishment is that. And so I'm going to stick with those colors for now. And I end up changing out the flowers for one of the little houses because I thought it could resemble school. So I decided that one of the things that I was going to do to unify my diagonal was to just have some mist on the background. And, I didn't have a whole lot of time with this page, so I was trying to do the things that I, knew that I've done before and that looked, good, and just let it go from there. So I think that this Heidi Swapp mist is patina, and it's a really pretty shade of green. It's when you see it up close, it just has some depth that you don't normally, you can't really appreciate looking at it on the screen. So what I was trying to do at this point was go through the colors and see if I wanted to introduce a darker blue, and I didn't have anything that looked like the right tone, and if I had had more time I would have taken out my gelatos. So I just decided to use the gold Heidi Swapp mist. And then I pulled out my Amy Tangerine stencils and just put some random triangles on the page just for a little bit more dimension. And I love the look. It just helps to, bring everything together. And I did cut out the drying time just because you didn't really need to see me trying to hurry up and dry it. So these stamps that I'm using are from LE Studio, and they were from a previous hip kit, and they were just sitting on my desk for me to put things away, and I just decided to use them on this page as well. And I liked the pop of black, but I ended up covering up quite a bit. So at a little bit a later time, you'll see that I end up going back and stamping a few more. So at this point, I'm just playing around with the embellishments and seeing what I can get to work. And this is where I decide that the school is going to, or I'm going to make that building, you know, a school in my mind. And I really liked that because sometimes it's harder for me to use things like a house, or I'll just put it out there, a zebra. I still am trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that zebra. I mean, there's only so many zoo pictures that we have. But, so I went through these cut aparts, and you will not believe what I did. They're rub-ons, I'm sorry. I cut through both. I did not realize that there were white cut rub-ons behind the colored ones. I was so upset. That's why you saw the thumbs down. I couldn't believe I just did that. So I took that black and just the cross hatch and thought that that would make a great addition. And then there were a couple of like droplets, I guess, or paint drops. I'm not sure exactly what they were, but the green and the yellow went right with the colors, and I decided to get those down as well. And I pulled out the wood pieces just to see, and then I just quickly put them back. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those just yet. So this is when I add some more of the stamping just so I could see it. And I love that little bit, that extra, and that it gives to the page. So I decided to go ahead and pop this embellishment up. I like to have different layers on my pages, and between the layers of paper behind the photos and then the foam adhesive, it just makes it fun for me. So I went ahead and cut that in half, and I decided to put them definitely up on the top. And I was a little hesitant to try it directly on the mist. I was afraid that it wouldn't come up. So I started with the top first just to see how it would do, and it worked pretty well. So I decided to do it as well on the bottom, and it doesn't work 100%. It has a little bit of an unevenness to it, but that was okay. It actually just went right along with the look that I had started with the page, which was, you know, an imperfect, you know, between the stamping and, you know, the watercolor effect of the mist. So I really did like it. So when I was looking through the colors, I thought that since the pencil had a little bit of pink, I would bring a little pink at the bottom, and just found one of the die cuts in the ephemera pack that had that pink. And I went ahead and put the school on pop dots as well, and just getting everything tacked down. So I decided to pull out letter stickers from previous hip kits, just because I wanted the title to be really bold. And while I love the letter stickers that came into or came with the kit, it just wasn't what I was wanting for this page. So I pulled out these Heidi Swap foam blue glitter stickers, and then I'm also going to use these Amy Tan Alex. I love this font, and I love the colors, the silver stripe through it. It's just a fun font, and you can see I've already run out of M's, and I was trying to see if I could make it, but then I remembered that I had bought another package of them because I loved them so much. So I just pulled an M from my new package. So at this point, I know that that's where I want to put my title. These letter stickers are not sticking whatsoever between the mist and the lack of stickiness, and that's okay because I do know that I'm going to get my glue gun out and glue them down. But the foam thicker ones stick fine. But I love the way that the title is in between both of the pictures, because I feel like it helps to unify the pictures and the embellishment clusters in that diagonal form. And I put the pink arrow leading into the title because, of course, that's where I want your eye to go. You know, the title is part of the important part, and I will journal a bit about what she was doing. Those Amy Tan heart enamel dots are my favorite. I love them. Love, 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 love them. I went into my stash, though, to get some yellow enamel dots. I didn't want to use up all of my hearts because I love them that much. I had to hoard them as well. It's probably not the best habit to be in, but I just don't want to use up all my pretty things right away. So I went ahead and went back into my stash and found these Maggie Holmes sequins that were in a previous kit. I wanted to bring in a little bit more of that teal color, and I knew that those sequins worked well. So at this point, I'm just about done with the layout. I'm just taking my hot glue and gluing the letters down. I do have some stills at the end, and just want to thank my new subscribers and for all your support and your comments. I read them all. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.